Hi, I'm Laura, the educator with Husqvarna Viking, and welcome to our So What Happens Live. This is just a pop-up live. It's a quick little lesson on how to use the ruffler foot. This is the ruffler foot. It looks like a complicated contraption, but it is magical. Let me show you how easy it is to use, and then we'll go into detail about how to install it and the different choices. Just put the fabric in, and when you begin to sew, this part kicks forward to make your pleat. So you just sew along. I try not to go too fast, and I hold the fabric a little bit loosely because if I pull on it, it can pull that pleat, make it uneven. So that looks good. I'm going to use my cut function. Pull this out. Look, there we go. Beautiful little ruffle. Okay. What we need to do to install this is very easy. Of course, in order to show you how to install it, I need to uninstall it. Just one screw. Very easy. Okay. This part wraps around your shank here. You can see where the screw goes in this hole. And this fork wraps around the needle bar. This is movable, so it's easy to adjust where it goes on. So I'll put that on and wrap it around kind of at the same time. And wiggle it into place and then put the screw in. Just holds right in there. And then tighten a little bit more with the screwdriver. That's it. Easy peasy. On this plate here, you can see your selection. I'm not sure if you can see the numbers or not. Maybe just barely. You can see, this is a 1, this is a 6, there's a 12 and a 0. This tells you how many stitches the ruffler takes before it pleats. So you can stitch you can make a pleat every 12 stitches, every 6 stitches, or every stitch. The one we just did was every 6 stitches. So you can see if we get in there, there's 6 stitches. This can be adjusted by changing your stitch length. So let's do a few more at the default stitch length, which is 2.5. I might speed this up a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to change my stitch width to stitch length, I'm sorry, to 3.5. All right. Now we can see the difference. So this is at the default stitch length of 2.5. This is at a longer stitch length of 3.5. So you can see it's really easy to change how long your ruffles are. I'm going to change back to the default now. And let me show you how easy it is. Oh, let me point out. We have this piece that moves. That is what folds your fabric under, slides your fabric under when it's taking a stitch. And this part doesn't move. So we are placing the fabric, I'm trying to do it so my hand isn't blocking it. Place the fabric between those two pieces. Reach back here and turn this around without having my hand in the way. Yeah. And I line up the edge of my fabric kind of with the edge of this moving part here. You can you see? There's a part that sticks out here. Let me try and move this over, see if you can see that. You can't really see this piece here maybe, but this is a seam guide. It is kind of far from the edge of the needle. It's about an inch. What machines can use the ruffler? I think all the Opal series, Sapphire, the Brilliances, all the Epics. I think the only thing that can't use this particular ruffler are the Emeralds, Jades, and Onyx. But all the rest of the Husqvarna Viking machines can use it. If it has a sensor system, it can use it. And if it's an Opal 650 or 670, it can use it. All right. So let's see. I was lining up the edge of my fabric here. And I'm going to do every 12 stitches so you can get a good idea of how big those, I got my tail thread, how big those pleats are. There we go. Now change it to every 6. You've seen this. And now every stitch. This is really fun. It will, let's see, how long is this? It will gather this up really, really quick. I'm going slow so I can keep my fabric straight. It's a challenge. On the 9mm stitches, I struggled to keep stitches even, making ruffles onto something like a towel. The part that touches the feed dogs seems too narrow to catch all the teeth. Is there a trick? Have you tried using the extra lift? So we have presser foot down, presser foot up, and presser foot up extra lift. It lifts your presser foot extra and it drops the feed dogs so you can slide thicker fabric in there. Try that out. Let me know if it helps. You can make a comment back on this video later and let me know if it helps you. So this particular person has discovered the joy of attaching a ruffle to their fabric as you make your item. So I've got a piece of black fabric handy. We'll pretend this is our fabric that's going to stay straight. We just put it underneath the ruffler, not in here like we will with the other piece. Okay, so let me put this here. Let me get another piece of this blue, and we will ruffle this and attach it to the flat piece. We'll do right sides together. And we'll do every 6 pleats. Every 6 stitches will make a pleat. I don't know if you have noticed on your needle plate here, there is a horizontal line right here, goes all the way across. That is where your needle comes down. That's the line. So you can make sure that you have your fabric extended at least to the line and maybe a little bit past. I've put mine just a little bit past to be sure that I catch the fabric. Okay, let's go. Let's see how we do here. We are making ruffles and attaching it to our main fabric at the same time. Cut. What will we have? Ta-da! How cute is that? I have a secret. In my drawer, I have one that's ironed. Nope. I had one that was ironed and it disappeared. That's all I tried. But I do have a piece of sheer fabric. Does this fit on the diamonds? It does. It fits on the Diamond Original, Diamond Deluxe, Diamond Royale, and it fits on the Ruby Original, Ruby Deluxe, Ruby Royale, and Designer Ruby 90. This is a piece of, I believe it's chiffon. It's sheer. It's see-through. Let's change to every, no, let's do 6 again. This ruffles up very nice also. Again, I go a little bit slow, not necessarily full speed. We want to be sure that this catches. The Epic 3, it does work on the Designer Epic 3. That's what I'm using today. Here we are. And here's an ironed version. Yay! So the one of our viewers was asking about ribbon. She attaches ribbon to her towels with the ruffler. So here's a piece of satin ribbon. Let me just show you. She would probably tell you, but this ribbon, you do have to go slow. This moving part here, there are some little points down here. They kind of look like feed teeth. Satin is slippery, so you have to be careful to make sure that the fabric gets caught. Very slow, just to make sure. Otherwise, you'll get a skipped pleat. Okay, now let me see if I can do a skipped one. Okay, well, it's behaving right now. It wasn't behaving earlier. There we go. How cute. And here it is ironed to help a little bit. Put that whole thing over here out of the way. And I wanted to show you also netting or tulle. This is Silver Sparkle tulle. It's longer than it appears, but this is really fun to gather up. Let me change the stitch to 1. So we will make a little pleat at every stitch. See if I can get it in there. It's such an open weave that it stretches. This gathers super easy, super fast, even on a very slow speed. You can make any kind of decoration. This would be fun to put around wreaths. It would be handy for making underskirts. Maybe a ruffled collar if you're doing historical stitching. Look at that. How nice is that? You can also, with your tails here, you can adjust these gathers. You can slide the gathers along or even off if you wanted to be a little less pleated. Let's pull these all the way out here. There we go. Fun. Okay. What other questions do we have? We covered how to install it. We covered the different stitches or stitch ruffle lengths. Oh, you can, this screw here. Can you see? This screw right here. You can use that to change the depth of your pleat. So you could have a little tiny pleat like this. There we go. You could have a little tiny pleat like this, or you could have a great big pleat like that. That is controlled with this screw here. And you just tighten it or loosen it, depending how you want. I think that's all that I have today. It's not a complicated foot to use, even though it looks like quite the interesting contraption. We are going to have another, let me switch my camera. Our next HV Live is tomorrow, June 18th, with Mickey Hudson. She's going to show you how to make a drawstring bag on the serger. It's going to be really cool. You'll have a lot of fun with her. We always do. If you have any more questions, feel free to drop those in the comments. If you want to show us what you've been making, which I would love to see, you all always inspire me. I'd love to see what you've made with your ruffler. Put that in the comments too. And we will see you again soon. Okay, no other questions for today. All right, you all have a great week and hope to see you tomorrow with Mickey.